Hey everybody, welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be doing a shark on vacation. It's going to be a shark on vacation. He's getting a nice rest from swimming around and eating by going on vacation and swimming around and eating. Well, we're going to have him having a drink as well. So what we're going to do, as we always do, we're going to start with our sketch layer. So we're just using a soft brush here, and it's on layer number 1. And we're just moving the pen around, keeping it loose. Give a basic outline of the shark. And just start filling in some general areas. We're going to have him holding a drink. He's going to have a shirt on. He's going to have a necklace. He's going to have a hat. He's going to have sunglasses. So that's the basic sketch layer. Now we're going to use a 6B pencil located under sketching. And this is layer number 2, where we're going to actually start drawing over the sketch layer. So we're just going to start, it's almost like we're tracing a little bit. We're following over the lines and we're just moving around. It doesn't have to be exact, as you can see, but we're starting to draw in the actual details of what's happening. So we finished the hat, we finished the glasses, and once we feel like we've gotten the line work on layer 2 where we want it, where we've kind of traced and outlined and kind of gotten everything where we need it to be, then we're going to go back to layer 1 and we're going to erase all the sketchy stuff. So this is where we get rid of all the messy stuff that we've left behind. So we just get rid of that, and then we erase all that. And then we're going to go back to the second layer, which is our inking layer, and we're going to erase some of the lines in here that we don't want to be in certain areas, which are not supposed to be there. So we start erasing the lines up by the hat. We're going to erase some of the lines near the sunglasses. So this is just basically cleaning up the inking layer. And then we just start moving around. We add the teeth, and we add the black in behind the teeth, because that helps the bottom row stand out a lot, the white against the black. And then we move around and we just start adding things, like we're adding the necklace here, and we're going to have him having a human skull necklace around his neck, because, you see people with shark tooth necklaces. Well, this shark has a lot of humans to show for his little trophy case here, so he's got the heads hanging on the necklace. So we're going to have that, and we just get rid of the lines that are not where they're supposed to be by erasing them. And then we're going to start adding in the eyes of all the skulls. So we just do little circles and we add them in, and this is all on the same layer. We're drawing the eyes and we're coloring them in dark, and then we're going to start going back to the noses, little V shape, and then we're going to add the jaws, which is just a couple, 3 or 4 teeth on the top row, just kind of denotes what they are. Then we add a couple below, and then we're going to add some little eyebrows above there. Maybe it's part of the actual skull, but it's kind of funny because it looks like they're shocked almost to be around the shark's neck. And then we're just going to add some other details, to the shirt, some wrinkles. And then when we think we've got our line work where we want it, we're going to add some shading. Now, the shading you see here is under the sketching layer, and it's called peppermint. That's what the pencil is called. It's called peppermint. It's a sketching pencil. And you can use this to show the shading on your drawing. So it keeps it with that kind of pencil sketch look. So all I'm doing here is just doing a couple different vertical strokes, putting more pressure where I want it to be dark and less pressure where I want it to be light, just like you would do on a piece of paper, which is great about Procreate. It feels that sensitivity. And sometimes, like I just did on the hat, you can do some cross-hatching where you do the sketching in one direction, then you do the sketching in the other direction, and it creates a nice texture to it. So all I'm doing here is I'm just moving around the shark, and I'm just adding shade where I want to add the shade, just like this. And we know the light source is coming from above and in front, so we always want the shade to be below and behind as much as we can. So as you can see here, we're just filling it in, and just let your strokes be really free. Don't hamper it by trying to make it perfect. It's just keep it moving, and you'll find where you want to be. The sunglasses here. This is all a couple cross-hatching layers there. As you can see, it's darker at the bottom. Then we're going to go to a 4th layer, and this is where we're going to start to add in some actual color. So the color of the shark is going to be like a grayish blue. So we used our color wheel to pull the circle across from the blue into like a grayish blue. So it's not too overly bright, but it gives you that color of a shark. So you just start coloring it in, and then you just start erasing around the shark to get rid of the spots where you don't need the blue. And you're left with his fins, his dorsal fin, and the top of the shark that are the blue. Now we're going to use the soft brush, and we're going to go to our white color, and we're going to use this in a very soft way, light pressure, and this is going to show where the light is hitting from above, from the ocean. So we just move around a little bit, and you just kind of use it very softly where you feel the light would be hitting, and that's how you fill all that in. Now I'm erasing the color, the blue in the sunglasses because his sunglasses are not blue. So we're going to go to a fifth layer, and we're going to use a couple different color combinations for his sunglasses. We're going to do a darker brown, which we're going to do here. We're going to use a soft brush, and we fill that in. And then we're going to use a lighter orange, where we're going to use a soft brush on the top. And it creates kind of a nice contrast between the dark and the light. We're still going to use the white to show the light hitting, as you can see right there. We do a couple lines on top, and that's going to show where the light is coming down from above. And then we're going to add a sixth layer, and in this layer we're going to do his actual, we're going to do the hat. So we want the hat to be a couple different colors of brown. So this is the base brown that we're doing in here, just a basic color there. And then we're going to use a lighter one to have the strap that goes across the hat. And this is nice because it creates the separation of color and really makes it stand out. Then we're going to use the white because, again, we've got to add light here. We have light hitting the sunglasses. We have light hitting the top of the shark. Now we need the light hitting the top of the hat. And this is done by, again, just doing this very lightly with the soft brush under the palette that you're using. So now we're going to move it along, and we're going to start adding in the color to the shirt. And all we're doing here is a separate layer, and this is a little brighter red because this is going to be a Hawaiian shirt. So we want to make it a nice bright red, and this color is brighter than the shark color on the skin, so it stands out more. And we're just going to basically color it in like we're coloring a coloring book. You just keep moving around, coloring it in, erase where you don't need it along the outsides. And then we're going to go to a different layer. We're going to go to layer number 4, and we're going to use here our 6B pencil, which is what we used on layer number 2 with our black to draw the actual shark. So here we're just using a white because we're designing the actual flowers on the Hawaiian vacation shirt. So we just go around, create the outside of the flowers, then we do another layer where we're going to color in the flowers white. So we just do that here. And then we're going to switch to red. And as you can see here with the pencil, 6B pencil, we're going red, same color as the shirt. And we're doing the inside part of the flower to give it some detail. And then we're going to do white again, and we're going to add the outside of the flower. So as you can see here, we've got a Hawaiian vacation shirt going. So now we're going to go to another layer, and we're going to do his nice alcoholic drink that he has, or it could be non-alcoholic. I guess we don't know. But it looks pretty tasty either way. So we're going to make it nice and purple. And then we're going to color in the straw as well. We're going to do a nice pink straw. So he's got the purple drink with the pink straw. And then we're going to add a little bit of white on top of the straw because the light hits everything that's down there. So we just put a little line on top, and that'll take care of that. All right, now this is where we're going to go to the background. So the shark is not in space, he's under the water, so we need blue. So I always start with light blue for the background, and then we're just going to darken it up as we go along here. So we go from dark to light. So the bottom of the ocean is darker, and it obviously gets lighter as it goes to the top. So at this point, I'm just going across with some broad strokes, and I'm keeping the pressure pretty light. And then I'm going to darken it up again, and I'm going to keep going across the bottom and towards the top. And you're really creating here just the difference in from the dark to the light, and it gives it depth to the background. So we're going to keep doing that. I'm going to go down again and make it super, super dark down below. It's a really deep, cavernous ocean that he's in. Over by the islands of Hawaii, probably on vacation because he's got his Hawaiian shirt on, although you don't need to be in Hawaii, I guess, to have that on, but it'd probably be appropriate. And then we're going to go back in, and we're going to start to bring some light down. So as you can see, I just pulled some lines down from the top as if the light is coming through the water. And then I'm just erasing the background, which went into the different parts of the shark. So the shark still has his white. He's a great white, so he has the white part of the bottom. And then I'm just moving around, erasing the background out of certain spots that it would be in, so everything stands out more. So with this, we're just running around checking everything, and we're going to add little bubbles with our soft brush. Here showing, when he's opening his mouth, there's bubbles coming out of it. So it gives a nice creation of detail in terms of the whole setting, the whole cartoon setting. So the fact that he's underwater, it shows the bubbles coming around his snout, and it's moving around different parts of the drink, and it just gives a nice look to it. So then we just sign the drawing at the bottom, and we look it over, and we're done. We've got the shark with his sunglasses on. He's got his hat. He's got his drink. He's got his human skull necklace. He's got his Hawaiian vacation shirt, and he's ready to have some R&R out there in the Hawaiian Islands. So I think we're going to let him relax there. So thanks for showing up for today's video. If you liked it, hit the like button. You want to subscribe, hit subscribe, and we'll see you at the next video.